What if I told you that reality isn't fixed? That there's a hidden knowledge reserved for the elite, capable of shaping events in your favor? 33rd degree knowledge has always been right in front of you, but no one ever taught you how to use it. While most people live at the mercy of chance, those who master these principles seem to manipulate destiny effortlessly. What you're about to discover can change everything. But be warned, once you learn how to bend reality, there's no turning back. If you're ready to access this knowledge, hit the like button and subscribe, because this isn't something you'll find just anywhere. Most people go through life believing that reality is set in stone, that the rules of existence are rigid and unchangeable. But what if there was a hidden layer of knowledge passed down through the ages that revealed a completely different truth? The 33rd degree knowledge is not just a title. It represents a deep understanding of reality's fabric, known only to a select few. This wisdom allows individuals to shape circumstances, attract events, and influence the world in ways that seem almost supernatural. But here's the catch. This knowledge has been deliberately withheld from the masses. Why would such power be kept secret? The answer is simple: control. Throughout history, those in positions of influence have understood that a population unaware of its potential is easier to govern. If the average person knew how to bend reality, the systems of power that dominate the world would collapse. This is why this knowledge has been hidden in symbolism, secret societies, and esoteric teachings, accessible only to those who prove themselves worthy. The elite use it to maintain their dominance, while the rest of the world remains trapped in limitations imposed by outdated beliefs. The impact of this hidden wisdom is undeniable. Think about the people who always seem to be at the right place at the right time, those who rise to power effortlessly, or the individuals who defy all odds and achieve impossible success. Are they just lucky? Not at all. Many of them have tapped into principles that govern reality itself, principles that the average person ignores. From ancient mystics to modern billionaires, those who rise above the rest often have an understanding of these hidden laws, whether consciously or instinctively. But here's the real question. Is it possible for an ordinary person to access this knowledge and use it? The answer is a resounding yes. However, it requires breaking free from traditional thinking and unlearning what you've been conditioned to accept as truth. The journey begins with understanding that reality is not as rigid as you've been led to believe. And once you grasp this, everything starts to change. Most people assume reality is something fixed, something external that we simply react to. But what if that assumption is completely false? Reality is not something you experience, it's something you create. Ancient teachings, quantum physics, and even modern psychology point to the same truth. The world around you is not as solid as it seems. Your thoughts, beliefs, and perceptions actively shape what you call reality. And those who understand this principle can manipulate it, bending circumstances in ways that seem impossible to the unaware. Think about it. Two people can experience the same event and interpret it in completely different ways. One sees an opportunity, while the other sees a setback. But what if it goes beyond perception? What if your expectations don't just color your reality, but actually alter the events unfolding in your life? Studies on the observer effect in quantum mechanics suggest that the act of observing something changes it. The world is not as objective as you were led to believe. Instead, it reacts to the energy, focus, and intention you put into it. This is why certain individuals seem to attract success, while others remain stuck in cycles of failure. It's not just hard work, it's a mastery of energetic influence. The elite, spiritual leaders, and hidden power players of the world have always understood this. They don't just operate within reality, they shape it. And they do this through an understanding of vibration, frequency, and the subconscious mind. things that most people dismiss as superstition, despite being backed by both science and centuries of esoteric wisdom. But if everything is so fluid, why does reality feel so rigid to most people? The answer lies in conditioning. From birth, you were programmed to believe in limitations, to accept external circumstances as unchangeable. This mental framework locks you into a fixed perspective, preventing you from realizing that you are the architect of your existence. But once you break free from this illusion, you gain access to a level of influence that most can't even comprehend. If reality is truly malleable, then how do you shape it in your favor? The 33rd degree knowledge is built upon fundamental principles that govern how reality responds to thought, energy, and intention. These aren't just abstract ideas. They are practical techniques used by the most powerful individuals throughout history. Those who understand these principles can influence events, attract opportunities, and shift the course of their lives with precision. The key lies in knowing how to align yourself with the hidden forces that shape existence. The first and most crucial principle is focused thought and directed intention. Your mind is not just a passive receiver of reality, it's an active transmitter. What you focus on expands, and what you consistently believe becomes self-fulfilling. This is why the elite carefully control their thoughts and mental imagery. They understand that the subconscious mind is constantly broadcasting signals to the universe, and those signals determine the kind of experiences they attract. If you want to manipulate reality, you must master the art of conscious intention, because whether you realize it or not, you're already creating your reality with every thought. Another essential principle is vibrational influence. Everything in existence operates on a frequency, including your emotions, beliefs, and desires. When you align yourself with the vibration of what you want, reality adjusts accordingly. This isn't just metaphysical speculation. It's a concept backed by physics. High-energy states such as confidence, certainty, and gratitude attract corresponding experiences, while low-energy states like fear and doubt repel them. Powerful individuals deliberately cultivate states of high-frequency thinking, ensuring that they consistently attract what they desire. The third principle is the power of archetypes and symbols. Throughout history, secret societies and influential figures have used specific symbols and rituals to reinforce their intent. These symbols aren't just decorative. They serve as psychological and energetic anchors that align the mind with deeper universal forces. The same applies to personal rituals, whether it's visualization, affirmations, or specific daily habits. The subconscious mind responds to repetition and symbolism, and those who understand this use it to reshape their inner and outer world. Mastering these principles is not just about understanding them intellectually, it's about applying them. When you learn to control your thoughts, raise your vibration, and use symbolic reinforcement, you begin to see reality shift in ways that others can't explain. And once you experience this firsthand, there's no unseeing it. Understanding the principles behind reality manipulation is one thing. Applying them in real time is another. The most powerful individuals don't just passively wait for circumstances to shift. They use specific techniques to alter reality. Instantly, these methods go beyond simple affirmations or wishful thinking. They tap directly into the mechanics of the subconscious mind, energy fields, and synchronicity to create immediate and measurable changes in their lives. One of the most effective techniques is the quantum leap of consciousness. Most people try to change reality gradually, but the elite understand that transformation happens in an instant. Instead of waiting for external circumstances to shift, you assume the identity of the person who has already achieved what you desire. This is not mere visualization. It is an identity shift. When your mind fully adopts this new version of yourself, reality has no choice but to catch up. The key is to act, think, and feel as if the new reality is already yours. Another powerful method is rewriting mental narratives. Most people unknowingly reinforce negative loops by constantly telling themselves limiting stories. The subconscious mind is like a scriptwriter. It follows whatever narrative it believes to be true. To bend reality, you must edit your inner dialogue. Instead of saying, "I always struggle with money," replace it with, "I naturally attract wealth effortlessly." This might seem small, but repeated enough times, your subconscious mind will accept it as truth and start creating conditions that align with it. Then there's the use of synchronicity to align with your desires. Synchronicities, meaningful coincidences, are not random. They are signs of reality shifting in response to your energy. The more you train yourself to notice them, the more you can use them as a guide. When unexpected doors open, take action immediately. The universe is constantly sending signals, but only those who are aware enough recognize and act on them. These techniques are not just theoretical. They have been used by the world's most successful and influential people for centuries. But the real secret, you don't need permission to use them. The moment you stop waiting and start applying these methods, you'll see reality bending in ways you never imagined possible. Power without responsibility is dangerous. Those who understand how to manipulate reality must also recognize the consequences of their actions. The knowledge of the 33rd degree is not just about gaining influence, wealth, or success. It's about understanding the delicate balance between intention and outcome. When you begin to alter reality, you are no longer a passive participant in life. You become an active creator. And with that power comes an important question. How will you use it? One of the biggest dangers of misusing this knowledge is unintended consequences. Many people who learn to shape reality fall into the trap of selfish manipulation, only to realize later that their actions come with a price. Every thought, every decision, every shift in reality creates a ripple effect. When you take shortcuts that harm others, those ripples eventually return to you. This is why true masters of reality manipulation understand the importance of alignment with a higher purpose, not just personal gain. Karma, in its purest form, is not about punishment. It's about energy returning to its source. If you manipulate reality purely for self-serving reasons, without considering the ethical impact, you may find yourself trapped in cycles of instability. History is filled with figures who misused this knowledge and ultimately paid the price. The greatest masters don't just bend reality, they harmonize with it. They work with universal laws instead of against them, ensuring that their influence brings lasting success instead of short-term gain followed by chaos. The key to using this knowledge correctly lies in self-mastery. Before you try to change the external world, you must first master your internal world. If your mind is filled with doubt, fear, or negative intentions, those will be amplified in your reality. But if you operate from clarity, purpose, and ethical intent, your ability to shape circumstances will be limitless. The most powerful people in history were not just skilled at manipulating reality. They were disciplined in their thoughts, emotions, and actions. At this point, you have a choice. You now understand that reality is not something fixed. It is something you can control. But the real question is, will you use this knowledge to elevate yourself and those around you, or will you fall into the same traps as those who sought power without wisdom? The decision is yours. Now that you understand the hidden mechanics of reality, the question is, what will you do with this knowledge? Most people will continue living as they always have, accepting life as it comes. But a small percentage, those who truly grasp this power, will start applying it and watching their world transform. The truth is, you are no longer the same person who started this journey. Your perception has expanded, and reality will never look the same again. The ability to bend reality is not reserved for a select few. It's a skill that anyone willing to unlearn limitations can develop. The question is not whether this works, but whether you will take action. Will you keep thinking the way you always have, or will you start implementing these principles and shifting your reality today? Remember, those who master this knowledge don't wait for permission. They create their own path. Now I want to hear from you. What is the first thing you will change using this knowledge? Drop your answer in the comments, and let's see how many people are ready to take control of their reality. And if you want to continue unlocking the secrets that only the top 1% know, make sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and hit the like button, because this is just the beginning.